One of the Grand Rapids Police Department's senior commanders is now on leave while the city reviews his actions in a controversial case. That case involves a Marine veteran born in Grand Rapids turned over to federal immigration officers. Yilmar Ramos Gomez was detained and wrongly held for deportation after he suffered a PTSD episode and set a fire at a local hospital. This afternoon, Police Command Officers Union responded to the city's actions. 13 on your side's Nina DeSaro joins us now live in Northwest Grand Rapids with that response. Nina.
Nick, as you mentioned, back in November, Yilmar Ramos Gomez was a Marine vet and a U.S. citizen. He was arrested for trespassing on Spectrum Health's helipad, and one of the investigators at the scene dealing with this case said he suffered from PTSD and his actions were likely caused by that disorder. Now, several hours after his arrest, Captain Kurt Vanderkoy contacted ICE asking federal agents to check Ramos Gomez's status, and in his email to ICE officials, the subject line read, quote, Spectrum helicopter pad loco. Now, City Manager Mark Washington is asking the Labor Relations Office review the case to ensure that Vanderkoy was held accountable. As a result, the interim police chief has put Vanderkoy on administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation. However, members of the Grand Rapids Police Command Officers Association are calling the reopening of this case unprecedented and a violation of due process.
It has become perfectly clear to all members of the Grand Rapids Police Command Officers Association that over the past 2 years, the elected officials and appointed leadership within the city of Grand Rapids will dismiss any actions of the members of the Grand Rapids Police Department that are in compliance with established laws, policies, and recognized best practices in law enforcement, and will instead cower to any mob rule behavior of any organizations that raise vocal opposition.
Attorneys from the ACLU and the Michigan Immigrant Rights Center are applauding the city for taking this step and reviewing this case, opening it back up, as well as applauding the Grand Rapids interim chief for putting Vanderkoy on administrative leave. Now, they say, while this is a great first step, a lot more needs to be done to prevent this from happening to anyone else.
Simply placing one officer on administrative leave is not going to be enough to stop all of the instances of ICE entanglement or unaccountability of the police or systemic racism that we know is happening from other instances. So we applaud the first step, and we're calling on the city to take further steps in response to this.
And some of those further steps they outlined today in a news conference this afternoon, they include ending the conversation between ICE and the city, discontinuing all communication unless absolutely required by law. And if that's the case, to publish that communication on the Grand Rapids City website for transparency purposes. They also recommend the city hire a liaison in order to facilitate conversation between the city and ICE officials, again, for transparency, somebody with a proven record of truthfulness and honesty. No word yet if the city plans to enact any of those requests. For now in Grand Rapids, Nick, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Nina, thank you.